village of Omiola, there was a river no one dared to joke with. The elders said the river was alive. It listened. It judged. And every 50 years, it chose a queen to rule the land. The chosen woman would bring peace or disaster, depending on her heart. Because of this, people feared the river more than the king. When the 50th year came again, drums were beaten across the village. Rich families cleaned their compounds. Powerful men whispered prayers. Mothers prepared their daughters with expensive oils and clothes. Everyone wanted the honor. Everyone believed the river would choose beauty, wealth, or strong blood. But in a small broken hut near the forest lived a girl named Ebony. She was poor, thin, and often mocked. No one invited her to the ceremonies. No one imagined her future mattered. Even Ebony herself believed the river had forgotten her long ago. Ebony had lost her parents when she was very young. She survived by washing clothes at the riverbank and gathering firewood for people who hardly paid her. Children laughed at her torn dress. Women chased her away from gatherings. They said bad luck followed her. Many nights, Ebony slept hungry, listening to the sound of the sacred river flowing nearby. She spoke to it quietly, not to ask for power, but for strength to survive another day. When the selection festival began, guards warned beggars to stay away from the river shrine. Ebony obeyed and watched from far. She saw beautiful girls with shining skin and heavy beads. Their father stood proudly behind them. Ebony lowered her head. She believed destiny belonged to the rich. She never knew the river had already noticed her tears, her kindness, and her patience long before anyone else did. On the morning of selection, the whole village gathered by the river. The priest lifted his staff and called on the river spirit. The water became strangely calm. One by one, the prepared girls stepped forward. Each dipped her feet into the river, waiting for a sign. But the water remained silent. Murmurs spread. Fear entered the crowd. Suddenly, the river began to move. Not toward the shrine, but toward the forest path. The water flowed against its normal direction, shocking everyone. The elders shouted in confusion. Then the water stopped in front of Ebony, who was washing clothes nearby. Before she could run, the river rose gently and touched her feet. Light reflected on the water. Silence fell. The priest dropped his staff. The river had made its choice. The poor, rejected girl was chosen to rule them all. Destiny does not follow wealth or status, it follows character. Rejection today can be preparation for greatness tomorrow. The crowd exploded with noise. Rich men shouted that it was a mistake. Mothers dragged their daughters away in anger. Some elders accused Ebony of witchcraft. How could a nobody become queen? They refused to accept it. Ebony herself trembled. She cried and begged the priest to choose someone else. But the river responded with a loud splash, soaking the shrine. The priest fell on his knees and declared the decision final. That night, powerful families met in secret. They planned to stop Ebony. They believed the poor girl would ruin the land. Rumors spread that she would bring curses. People avoided her hut. Even those she once helped turned their backs. But unknown to them, the river had chosen wisely. It did not choose beauty or wealth. It chose a heart that knew pain, hunger, and kindness. And such a heart would soon change everything. Before a chosen queen could rule, she had to pass 3 trials. The first was the trial of truth. Ebony was taken to the river at dawn. The priest asked her one question: do you desire power? Ebony shook with fear but answered honestly. She said she did not desire power, only peace for the land and rest for her tired heart. The river flowed calmly. The elders were shocked. Many past queens had failed this trial because they loved power too much. The river accepted Ebony's answer. For the first time, some villagers felt shame. They remembered how they treated her. Still, the powerful were not convinced. They whispered that the next trials would expose her weakness. But the river flowed brighter that day, as if celebrating truth. And Ebony began to realize that her suffering had prepared her for something greater than survival. The second trial was the trial of compassion. Ebony was asked to judge a case between a rich farmer and a poor widow. The farmer had taken the widow's land, claiming ownership. Everyone expected Ebony to fear the rich man. Instead, she listened quietly. She asked questions gently. She remembered her own hunger and pain. After hearing both sides, she ruled in favor of the widow and ordered the farmer to return the land. The crowd gasped. The rich man protested, but the river suddenly overflowed and flooded his storehouse. Fear spread. The river had spoken again. People began to respect Ebony's courage. For the first time, the poor smiled during the trials. They saw themselves in her. Compassion, not fear, guided her decisions. And the river flowed peacefully, approving her heart. If this story is touching your heart so far, don't forget to like this video. Stories like this remind us that destiny can surprise anyone. Subscribe now so you don't miss more powerful African folktales like this. The final trial was a trial of sacrifice. Ebony was told that ruling the land meant giving up her old life completely. She could never return to the forest hut. She could never live freely again. She would belong to the people. The elders watched closely. Many past queens failed here, choosing comfort over duty. Ebony stayed silent for a long time. Then she spoke softly. She said her old life was full of pain, but it taught her love. If becoming queen would protect others from suffering like hers, she was ready. The river rose high and poured clean water over her head. The trial was past. The sky cleared. Birds sang. The elders bowed. The village finally accepted what destiny had decided. The rejected girl was no longer invisible. She was now Queen Ebony, chosen by the river itself. Queen Ebony did not rule like others before her. She walked among the people. She ate simple food. She listened more than she spoke. She reduced heavy taxes and protected widows and orphans. The poor no longer feared leaders. The powerful learned humility. Slowly, the land changed. Harvests improved. Conflicts reduced. The river flowed clean and strong. People realized the river had not made a mistake. It had corrected one. Those who once mocked Ebony now praised her wisdom. Children sang her name. Mothers told her story as a lesson. That true leadership does not come from wealth or beauty, but from understanding pain. The village prospered in ways they had never seen before. And the river remained calm, proud of the queen it had chosen. Not everyone was happy with peace. A group of powerful men plotted to remove Ebony. They believed the poor girl should never rule forever. One night, they tried to poison the river shrine, hoping the spirit would turn against her. But the river reacted violently. It flooded their houses while sparing the rest of the village. The men were exposed and banished. Fear ended all rebellion. The people finally understood that the river protected its chosen queen. Ebony wept, not for revenge, but for the hatred in human hearts. She ordered forgiveness instead of death. This shocked everyone. Her mercy became her strongest power. From that day, no one doubted her rule again. The river flowed quietly, as if resting. Years passed, and Queen Ebony ruled wisely. When her time ended, the river returned to its mystery. The people never forgot the lesson. Every 50 years, they remember that destiny does not follow human expectations. The river chooses the heart, not the status. A poor, rejected girl became the greatest queen because she understood suffering. From that day on, villagers treated the weak with respect. They knew greatness could be hidden anywhere. And the river continued to flow, waiting for the next heart worthy of its choice. If you believe destiny can lift the rejected and humble the proud, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more African stories filled with wisdom and life lessons. Your support helps keep these stories alive.